I'm just confused while we're talking about this Jeffrey Epstein guy when we could be focused on the real issues, you know? So for me, I want to talk about how Trump has done great for the economy, the border, for our sense of well-being.
Sure.
And I'm just kind of confused how you guys keep calling Trump a fascist and Hitler. It makes my stomach turn a little bit. So I don't understand why.
How do you feel about men sleeping with children? How does that sit with your stomach?
Well, you know, Sam, like, I don't like it, but also we don't know necessarily if that's the case.
Well, would you say that that's an important thing to discuss if our president can be implicated in?
Well, for sure, but I think people are talking about how he doesn't want to release the Epstein files, and he's, you know, talking to Congress about how he wants to avoid Lauren Boebert and things like that. People are saying he doesn't want the Epstein files to come out. That makes sense, but in my thought, I think he wants the Epstein files to come out. That's why he's doing it. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, well, I don't necessarily know a lot about the Epstein files. I'm just trying to talk about the economy and how people keep talking about how Trump's a fascist, and Stephen Miller and Kristi Noem, all these fascists and ICE and all this. I think that's very harmful for the United States specifically. So my question to you, Sam.
It's all they got left, buddy. Is the Epstein files. It's all they got left.
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to tell you, man.
He didn't stop 8 wars. You know? He hasn't done anything good for this.
Prices have gone down. Gas has gone down.
Your fucking eggs went down.
Hella eggs, bro.
Jesus Christ.
And we
wait, Alexander. I can't tell if are you an op? I can't even fucking get it.
Really?
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm trying. You're subscribed to me, so I'm trying to figure out what the angle is.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think someone might have bought me a script. To be honest with you.
My God. I want to tell people about Sam. I met Sam in Lake Tahoe because he's a big skier. I met him in Lake Tahoe, and he is the exact opposite. He was talking about in person in Tahoe how he loved Trump. He's a big fan of fascism and dictatorship. So I just want people to come in here and realize that what he's putting on right now is a facade. That's all it is.
You know, I've never been to Lake Tahoe.
That's not true. I met you in Lake Tahoe.
You know, I haven't skied in fucking 15 years.
Sam, you were talking.
Isn't that crazy?
Last year is crazy because you were talking about how you
last
were in Lake
year.
Tahoe. Last year you were talking about.
And I was skiing.
I don't remember what you were doing. Like,
I thought no. We met skiing, though. You said.
You met
I thought you were skiing, but
you said we met skiing, and I was talking about loving fascism, right? You got to get your story better. Like, you got to get it concrete before you come in.
Are you about to sit here and tell
bullshit?
2,500 people.
Shut up, dummy. Jesus. Sorry, Alex. Well, you were saying all we have left.
You know, I'm not. You know, I think Trump's a fucking. You know, he's. I'm not a big fan, right? But I'm
Are
not
you? I don't know you.
I'm kind of down the middle road, man. I think you're cool. I like what you say. I like your knowledge. I like how I can learn a little bit from the Democratic Party and how y'all think. But on the other hand, you guys don't even blink a bit at anything that he's done since he's been in office. Like now you guys are the last thing you have left now that the shutdown's over with, right? We got through that. So now it's the Epstein files. It's like, why wouldn't this, you know, isn't it so weird how they came up with this email the same day as the shutdown? Like
same day as the shutdown. Alex, the shutdown.
I'm sorry, the same day as they released the shutdown. They opened the government back up.
It was yesterday.
That was yesterday. Correct. Why would they come out with this? This is all a plot. They're trying to pull Trump back down, and you guys continue to lose. You continue to lose.
Alex, first of all, we don't continue to lose. We had an almost.
You do not
Alex,
have an even.
Alex, hang on. You don't
even have a leader.
Alex, we just had a fucking off. Stop talking for a second. We just had an off election year vote election. I'm sorry, and we won 98% of seats that were up. So no, we don't continue to lose. We had immense momentum, and the Democrats, like they do.
Okay, who's the leader? Who's your leading?
Hang on. Shut themselves in the fuck. Hang on, Alex, because I'm not done.
I'm trying.
All of the things that you just said were wrong. All of the good things that he's done, I would like for you, if you can.
Yes, he stopped 8 wars.
Which, that's crazy. Tell me which 8 wars he stopped.
Okay, even if it's 5, because I don't believe any of the news.
Tell me the 8 wars that he stopped.
I don't need to. I'm not going to go through all the hypotheticals and all the.
You said, hang on. You said, talk about the good stuff he did. I said, what? You said 8 wars. I said, which ones? You said, I don't fucking know any of them.
Yeah, let me just ask you real quick. Do you think he's done anything? Do you think Trump has done anything?
No. You people fucking do this all the time. No. We're staying with this. The good things that he's done for our country. You said the first thing off of your fucking brain, you were like 8 wars he stopped. And I said, which fucking wars? And you were like, goose egg. I have no fucking idea. What wars? You're going to Google them right now? Great. Do that. He couldn't remember where fucking Belarus was. He thought he stopped an Armenian war, which was an entire continent away from the other war that he was talking about.
Can you really say honestly that he has not done one positive thing to this country?
We are not talking about that right now. We're talking about I asked you a very simple question. You have a list of things that Donald Trump has done positively for our country. You said he ended 8 wars, which comes directly from a fucking propaganda network. Pick one of them. They fucking say that from the horse's mouth himself. I ask you to name fucking any of them, and you can't. That, first of all, doesn't do anything good for our country. Not only did he not stop any wars, Alex, he's about to start another one in Venezuela. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but he's just indiscriminately bombing fucking random boats in the goddamn Caribbean. You can't sit here and say, look at all he's doing good. He's stopping wars and then just starting other ones. Focus.
You're mute people. That's what you do. I mean, it's just like you can't have a conversation that way.
We're not having a conversation. I thought that was very fucking clear. I want to hear you. Shh. What good things did he do for our country? You said 8 wars. Name 4 of them. Name half the wars.
Question back. Can you honestly?
No. That's not how it works. That's not how this works.
Again, there you go.
That's not how it works. I'm not leaving this comment. We're going to talk about gas prices and how they're up. We're going to talk about inflation, how it's going up. We're going to talk about how we've lost jobs quarter over quarter since he started. We're going to talk about how our dollar is 10% weaker, but not until, Alex, you give me 4 fucking wars that he stopped.
No, you can't answer one of my questions.
You can't answer your own question.
I don't give a...
You can't answer your own fucking example. What is a good thing he did? He stopped 8 wars. Which ones? I have no fucking idea.
A telescope. I'm looking at everything from...
Name 1 war he stopped.
Is that what you're really just keep asking me the same question?
Yeah, name 1. Give me 1 war.
I'm not
just give me 1. Name a fucking country that was at war that's not at war anymore. Go for it.
I mean, dude, Hamas, they're in the
Hamas is not a fucking country, Alex, is it?
You know what I'm fucking talking about.
They're still bombing the shit. Israel is still bombing the shit out of Palestine.
Not bombing the shit out of.
They are. They are. They violated the ceasefire immediately.
And
what
you don't
are
think
you
we should
talking
be going
about?
at war against a country, Venezuela, that's bringing in more drugs to kill fucking half our country? Like you're not.
I'm just. Can I tell you something? I'm
you guys
fucking.
just pick on the guy.
I'm
you guys
fucking.
just pick on the guy.
I'm
That's
fired
what
up
you do.
because you don't examine this shit any other than the surface level shit that you're told. You don't give this 1 second of thought, and it is intensely frustrating because what happens is you come up here trying to defend this. We're talking about the fact that this guy is implicated in a sex trafficking ring for minors, right? We're talking about that. And what ends up happening, Alex, is you by accident end up defending something that is so indefensible that you, a good dude, Alex, look like a fucking psychopath. You come up here accidentally defending something that is completely indefensible because you have not given this 1 second of thought. Not a single fucking second of thought. And you look insane by association. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for us.
Well, where do you find the truth? Where can you honestly go and find the truth?
Listen, you just said you like coming up here and listening to me and learning about the Democratic Party. You listen to anything that I've said to you and you go and look and see if I've said one word of a fucking lie to you. And that's how you know the truth. You find out if I'm fucking lying to you.
So you don't think that he's closed out the borders? You don't think that he's done that? You honestly can't say that he's done one positive thing in this country?
Which war did he end, Alex?
See, why can't you just answer it and say that?
Because this is exactly it.
No, because I'm like,
Alex,
I'm not a Republican.
Here's
I'm
the trick. Yeah, but you're not. You're not. Don't say that. You're not.
I am.
If you're saying he ended 8 wars, that's something good that he did for a country. He said to you, multiple times to multiple networks, I've ended 8 wars. And then you go and look up which wars he stopped, and none of them have stopped. Who in this equation is lying to you? Is it me who told you that he hasn't stopped any wars and that he hasn't? Or is it him who lied to you and you're up here lying on behalf of him? And this is just one fucking example. This is one example. If you can't tell the truth coming from the fucking source by looking up whether or not he's lying to you, then what the fuck else are you not understanding fundamentally? I would wager to bet everything.
Why would they release this email a long time ago?
Why can't you name a fucking single thing that he's done?
You can't answer because you can't answer one of my questions.
I can, but I don't want to leave this one topic until you can. Look it up right now.
Maybe he hasn't ended the war. All right, you got me. He hasn't ended the war.
So, he hasn't ended the war. What are some other good things he's done for the country, Alex?
Well, we can talk about what he's doing right now about starting a new war in Venezuela because they're bringing over. Are you telling me that
is it good to start wars or is it good to end wars?
It's the drugs. You know,
is it good to end wars or is it good to start wars?
It's good to end wars.
And so him starting this war is good?
I think it's a war that's been going on for a long time that needs to be stopped. Yeah, I do. I think there's been probably too much money in politics and no one wants to even...
Too much money in politics?
No, just there's probably too much corrupt money and within the politicians. I don't know. It's drugs. I mean, it's millions. And
this
it's
is just nonsense,
he wants to get rid of. It's something
just
that he wants to get rid of.
That's just nonsense, man.
What do you mean? What's
nonsense? Can I just ask you?
You don't want to stop that?
What you're saying is just nonsense. Let me just lay something out for you. If you think that the Democrats releasing information that would lead us to understand Donald Trump's role in a child sex. Wait. I'm getting there. That released information that would implicate Donald Trump in a child sex trafficking ring, right? And you say that's a distraction. And you look at Donald Trump telling you that we are going to stop fentanyl by bombing tiny fishing boats in the fucking Caribbean. And you look at that and go, that's not a distraction. The guy that said no new wars is now trying to start a new war because he doesn't want, because what could he possibly be doing that for? Is it possible that he's trying to distract you from the fact that he is implicated in a child sex trafficking? Is that at all possible, Alex?
Well, no, yeah, it seems like he.
Is that at all possible? You should watch a movie called Wag the Dog.
It's sad to say that it's always a distraction. I feel like everything's a fucking distraction, and nobody really knows what the fuck's going on.
Not everything is a distraction. Sometimes things are just things. For instance, when we're trying to figure out whether or not our current sitting president is involved in a multinational sex trafficking ring, that's not a distraction.
Why would this would have came up? This would have came up before he took office.
It
Come
did.
on.
Are you fucking kidding? He ran on this. It came up in 2015. It came up in 2016. It came up in 2017. It came up when fucking Epstein died.
All right. So the email. You think?
What do you mean?
On these files? You think he's really on these files?
He's mentioned 1,200 times in the
There's
files.
no proof of it. We have an email now with a redacted name on it.
He's mentioned in these files constantly. What do you mean? And by the way, these aren't the files. This is just.
By the way, that's my point.
These are just emails. These are just emails from the fucking estate, and he is already fucking neck deep in this shit. He is still trying. By the way, why would he be trying so hard not to release the files? What possible fucking reason?
I don't think
Alex?
he's trying to. What makes you say that he's?
Because he's been in Mike Johnson's ear for fucking 8 months to make sure that he didn't hold Congress so that they could have a vote on this. What do you mean? He just had Lauren Boebert. He just had Lauren Boebert in the Situation Room to try and make sure that she wouldn't fucking vote on this.
Why wouldn't the Biden administration ever dig this?
That's a great question. Fuck them. They should have done this.
Thank you. At least you agree to that, because they should have done this, and now they're going to.
Okay, but they didn't, and now we're here.
Right when the day of the government.
But he's trying. He is trying. When the government reopens, when fucking Congress goes back to work, they're going to vote on this. That's why. That's why this happened. Yeah, it should be on the front fucking forehead of everybody.
100%, and it should have been done a long time ago.
Okay, so this is not a distraction, though, right? You understand that the guy that you voted for is fucking is knee deep in this shit, right?
I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for the man. They're all a bunch of fucking retards, to be honest with you. Let's be honest. I mean.
Hello? Hi. Did you text me?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Are you both? Oh.
It's just me.
Okay. Love you.
Love you.
Sleep well. Dog. I gotta fucking lower my blood pressure. This will work. People are like, sorry I'm screaming, by the way. I'll calm down now that I know that you're home. I was just getting amped.
Yeah, clearly.
People are anyway. Big Steve. Whoops. I wish, Carly. I wish, dude. Big Steve. Big Steve, you had me with your profile pic. I almost fell for it. Let's lit up our friend for a second.
Shit, I can't hear you. Let me guess, you can hear me, but I can't hear you.
It's true. It's probably for
There you are. No. Listen, dude, you gonna make it tonight? You all right?
I'm knee deep in Spanish spicy water. Everything's great.
Let me show you something. How can I? I've been going through these emails for 48 hours now. Let's see.
I'll make you big boy.
The big screen? Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out how to get it to... Oh, I got you. All right, hold on a second. So, let me see if I can get the right one. Let's see, there's so fucking many of them, dude.
There's so many.
Basically, Michael Wolff, dude, I mean, he spells it all out, like, plain as day. And I did a video on it earlier today. Let's see. Fuck, I don't know. But basically, there's an email, it's in the video I did. Michael Wolff says, look, let Trump hang himself, right? They're talking about the CNN interview.
Yeah.
And he tells him, yeah, he's like, let him hang himself. If he you can allude to him that I have tapes. I mean, he says right there that, I mean, it's plain as day. I don't even know how they try to act like he's not in this.
It's not even like, yeah, like the implication is he's definitely been to the house. He's definitely been on the plane. He's definitely been at the island. So like, I don't know why that's even up for, like, they're not writing correspondence with each other on the off chance that these emails are going to get leaked. Like they didn't like hide Easter eggs in here to like then implicate Donald Trump. He's implicated because he's fucking implicated. And also like that's not even it. We don't have to read the fucking tea leaves. The most damning thing that we know so far, other than like all of the other horrendous shit that's come out, the most damning thing is he was on, I said this earlier at the top. He was on the plane and he was like, why? Somebody was like, why'd you kick Epstein out eventually? Like, what did he do? And he was like, nothing, don't worry about it. And like the reporter pressed him, and then of his own volition, which is very un-Trump, he was like, yeah, they kept stealing girls from my spa. They kept stealing girls from my spa, and he did it, and I told him off, and then they did it again, and then I told them you can't come back anymore. And that, combined with this email, which says exactly the same thing, he knew about the girls because he told Jolaine to stop. That is, those two things are the same exact story. So he knew that's what they were doing, and he said, don't do this. And then that email confirms it. And we saw him with his own dumb dick turkey mouth on his fucking plane say that. That is it. That is the end. So even, let's just say the serial philandering fucking misogynist douchebag pig fuck ass hat didn't touch anybody. Let's just say he didn't do that, right? Other than all the women that have like accused him of this, right? Including a 13-year-old. Let's just say that he didn't do any of that, right? Even this one thing that's getting buried in all of this other shit is enough because he knew of this stuff that was happening and he allowed it. Period. End of. That is the end of the conversation. That's it. We don't have to go any further than that. We are going to. We're gonna fucking bury him. But that's it. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. Like, it's the wild thing is there are like markers that people haven't even picked up on, dude. If you look at the Time magazine, the new one that he got, on that very cover is the name Ehud Barak. You know who Ehud Barak is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ehud Barak was accused by Virginia Giuffre. I'll go one step further. You know who Ehud's freaking cousin is? Daphne Barak, who became best friends with Virginia before she passed away. Like, it's insane, dude.
There's more than that. There's, what's his dick? The other guy. Oh my god, he's in the cabinet right now. The other
not Peter Thiel.
No, the other beauty pageant leader how he met Melania, who was at the time he was dating a 20-year-old. Donald Trump, by the way, was dating a 21-year-old when he met his now wife, Paolo Zampoli. It's the shit Like,
Yeah. Dude, you know who else is in the files that nobody has caught so far? I'm gonna blow your mind.
I don't know.
Freaking, what's that magician from Vegas back in the day?
David Copperfield.
No,
wanna-
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
wanna-
no, long black hair. He was the somebody's gonna get it in the chat. It was like 10
Chris
years ago,
Angel?
15 years ago.
Chris Angel.
No, it wasn't Chris
Not
Angel. It was
David
David
Blaine.
Blaine.
It
no,
was?
It was David Blaine. Yes, there's 2 emails in there about one from David Blaine and one something else. I don't remember if it's in reference to David Blaine. Nothing negative, but it just goes to show you like the reach this guy had.
I mean,
like,
when we're talking
insane.
about that too, like the emails, like this guy was like, he's just picking up the phone metaphorically and just being like, "Hey, Russia, you gotta come talk to me." And they were like, "Okay." That we're like, I have dirt on the incoming president potentially. So just so that you know. And then they like he did that of his own volition. That this is the deep state.
oh, and the Saudis. Yeah, don't forget the Saudis. Yeah, people aren't even covering that one, and it's in there all the same. I mean, he's got them landing in New York. They're texting him, going back and forth about what are we going to do? Let me bring you shoes. Where can we eat? I mean, he was ingrained. If you take him and Daphne Barak, which a lot of people don't know that name, but if you take him and Daphne Barak, you cover 99% of pulp culture going back 25 years. Mm-hmm. Singers, songwriters, it's wild. I mean, it's crazy. Daphne Barak has video with him in 1992. Daphne Barak has video with Ghislaine Maxwell in 1992. And she's done like 19 interviews with Ghislaine Maxwell. She was the only one who got the interview after the DOJ left. Like, this, dude, it's insanity.
It's fucking, it's...
Yeah, trust me. Trust me, as a daughter dad, dude, I'm right there with you every single day. Every single day. I'm like, I want to bang my head into the wall.
Megyn Kelly saying that shit with a daughter, I just don't... We're not going to get into that, but like, we are. I don't have a good.
You've seen the video. Yeah, you've seen the video.
We are here in terms of the information that we are uncovering, right? We still have the files. This is just this little fucking tip of the old iceberg. It's in like. Anyway.
Yeah, we don't even have it all yet, and it's hard telling what's. Yeah, no worries, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for coming up.
Right.
Good to see you. Fuck, man. Like, anyway. I'm going to finish this spring water. Do we really have to have a daughter? No. No. Wigwaggle, don't you worry about my liver. My liver, honestly, has had it too good this whole time. Okay? It's time for him to, like, earn his keep. All right? He's just like sitting there getting a free ride. What else? Anyway, Jesus Christ. This is such a fucking mess. Like, zoom out for a second with me. Zoom out for a second with me. Okay? The President of the United States. You couldn't write a dumber movie than this. This is the dumbest movie to have ever existed. Just say it out loud. Say it out loud to yourself. The President of the United States implicated in a multinational child trafficking ring to whatever degree. And like the emoluments clause of our fucking little piece of writing is like specifically for this. Like you can, so that you're not beholden to foreign nations. And then this guy gets elected for the second time, by the way. And he's not only like has infinite material on him from all of these different angles, but like, and now this, allegedly. I fucking saw the human hunting safaris in Sarajevo. Holy shit, dude. I thought that was AI for a second. I saw that because it was on Facebook, of all fucking places. I saw that. And I was like, oh, there's no way. There's no fucking way that's true. Oh, yeah, dude. Just to bum you out some more. Human hunting safaris during the Sarajevo conflict. A lot of us were young children. But apparently, that like, just go read up on that if you want, or just don't if you don't want to like bum yourself out. But yeah, I like shit like that makes me think about all the shit we just don't know. This shit like this too, like the early 2000s, all of this is like happening, right? Donald Trump is just a failing fucking reality TV show host and like flying around philandering and just doing absolutely inane, disgusting shit and like calling women pigs and all that, and like they're gathering this dossier, and like we are just blissfully ignorant about all this shit. And I like think about all of these little like massive stories like this that we'll never hear about, like the seedy fucking underbelly, the deep state, which I don't think anybody like is laboring under the delusion that is not real. I don't think that anyone is like thinking that that's not true. Right? I don't think that, but like to the extent to which that is true, I think that this is going to open people's minds or eyes. This is going to end up being flat earth shit. And they're going to be like, it was the Rosenholzes. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you it's going to be this. I guarantee you it's going to be like, we know who did this. And then it's just going to be me. For some fucking reason. I'm tired of it. Can it be anybody else? Can it just be like, I don't know. The KGB. Can't the KGB step up their fucking blackmail game a little bit? Does it always have to be us? You know? Come on. Come on, guys. Anyway.
Great trouble.
David.
How you doing? Hey, I just wanted to chime in. It's awesome that you're finally using words like deep state after we've been telling you guys for like 10 years, man. That's awesome. I'm really, really proud of you guys for finally coming out of the shell.
Okay. What's hilarious about that, Dave, is that in your attempt to victory lap this, you elected somebody that is effectively the easiest, most manipulated.
Good trouble. I didn't elect anybody.
Comically blackmailable person on the face of the earth. And you said, this guy will drain the swamp. And you put this guy at the head of the table with all of these strings from all of these puppeteers, and you said, we've been telling you, hang on, Dave, I'm not done excoriating you. You said, like, he's going to get rid of the deep state, and then you put an agent of the deep state in the fucking at the head of the table, and then you come up here and you go, look at Good Trouble, he understands what the deep state is. Do you understand? Like, is that, did I get that right? Do I have that?
No, because
Okay.
you have one eye open so far, which I congratulated you too early. I guess you still have to get the other eye open. They're all the deep state. Good Trouble. Everybody. They're all. It's all okay.
Obama was the deep state.
Every single one of them.
Obama was the deep state.
Every single one of them.
So the deep state wanted to give us affordable health care.
Yeah. That's why. That's why. Yeah.
How?
Affordable healthcare.
How does that help the deep state?
Affordable healthcare that will make healthcare go up for everybody. Yeah.
That's not really how that works, but okay. So, like, yes, in that instance?
Yes, that's actually how it works. So let's go back to that. Let's go to affordable. Hold on.
No, I'm not going to let you fucking gish gallop over here. I'm talking about the fact that you voted for a guy. You voted for a guy.
You just brought up healthcare. So
you voted for a guy that is, that we knew, by the way, for decades, who is just the most, like, unapologetically disgusting human being when it comes to his relationship with women and with people in general. Like, he was just like, to Jeffrey Epstein's eternal credit, saying he doesn't have a good cell in his body. That is a judgment from somebody who is a close personal friend, Jeffrey Epstein, and also the judgment of everybody with 2 eyes and ears and a half functioning brain to watch this guy and his interactions with human people. We've all come to this conclusion, which is this guy is like the most malignant fucking tumor of a human being. And you have supported this guy through thick and thin, through a failed coup the first time, through indictments and all this shit, and then you come up here and try and take a motherfucking victory lap. I think that is goddamn pathetic. We're not going to talk about Obamacare right now. We are talking about why the fuck ass shit you people got us into this mess, Dave.
Yeah, so you were the one that brought up the Obamacare.
Yeah, I was joking about the deep state. We're not going to talk about Obamacare right now. We're talking about why it is you guys want to come up here and fall all over yourself to try and defend this.
Correct. I listened to you, so now just be quiet. I've been on your show many, many times. Many times.
Then you should have known that was going to come. You should have seen the fucking fairly obvious telegraph of of that. No shit. Been here a few times, still don't know the score. This is my motherfucking show. You be quiet, actually. You be quiet, Dave. You just pipe down. Just shh. You can come back if you want. You can come back. Just understand where you are. You're in my motherfucking office. Why do you defend this? Why do you fall over yourself, all over yourselves defending this? And also, that is how healthcare works. That is fundamentally how healthcare works. We said everybody buys into this program. People who need this are the insurance is going to be offset by people who don't. But we're going to make it a penalty to not have insurance, right? You pay a penalty to make sure that the most amount of people pay into this system, right? That way everyone's covered so that you're not like a car accident away from total fucking financial ruin. Good idea for everybody. And also the most vulnerable people in America are also covered, right? And so when Donald Trump got rid of the penalty, a lot of people just said, fuck it, I'm not going to sign up, which caused premiums to go up, Dave, right? That's why. actually. When they got rid of the fucking penalty, premiums went up. That's why everything got more expensive, because he kicked the legs out of the fucking the tripod. He kicked one of the fucking legs out, Dave. So, also, the deep state is not interested in giving people health care. That was the joke. Veterans Day. And I don't know how we got here, but it's indefensible. It's indescribable. Dave will defend it, though. Dave will defend it. Somebody just mentioned, yeah. Do you remember how Biden checked his watch that one time? Everybody lost their shit. Hello, Dave.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's just like, yeah,
I don't support him. You supported him.
I voted.
What I'm doing now, Dave, is just I'm helping you. This is you, and I'm just doing this right here, and then I'm just going to give you this little lead to give a tug on. I'm just going to have you tug this little lead until you're this nice little pretzel. This is you in the middle here, okay? You support him, right?
No, I don't support him.
But you voted for him?
That is.
Okay.
You can vote for
This is
somebody.
the pretzel that I'm tying you into.
You can vote for
It's not.
somebody.
This is an easy pretzel, by the way. This is a very easy. This is level 1 pretzel. This is
How about
fucking
this?
nuts.
How about this? I supported him more than I did the other dingbat that we had.
Do you support him now?
No, I don't. I haven't. I
Haven't?
No, I've been on this show multiple times.
Keep saying that, Dave, as if I don't know that.
Yeah, then give me a reference where I've stuck up for Donald Trump.
You know, I've talked to tens of thousands of people who look and sound exactly identical to you. So I don't know. But I'm going to say that people who talk, people most of the time, Dave, who come up here and talk to me, don't agree with me, right? So like fundamentally, you come up here and like support and vow your support for shit that he does. And so what I'm going to have you do is talk to me about how you are not going to fucking support him anymore because of this.
Name a time.
The last time you said I support Donald Trump and everything that he does.
That never came out of my mouth.
It did. You said that.
It didn't happen.
Chat. Everybody heard you say it, Dave.
Chat.
Everybody heard you say it, Dave.
I know. Yeah. So, anyways,
remember when you voted for him not less than a year ago?
Yeah,
you supported him, right? So, back to this other thing that I'm saying. When
you have two things on a piece of paper, okay, and one of them is a horrible path to go down, and one of them is going to be a bumpy ride. I'll take the bumpier ride. I'll take the bumpy ride instead of like ending our country totally.
I need you to fucking shut up for a second. If you look around right now and you see an armed, largely unregulated militia stood up that has the funding that is the 7th largest army in the world, all by itself, who does not have to identify who they are, and are masked, kidnapping oftentimes American citizens by accident, asking people for their identification on American streets, not having committed a crime. If you look at 42 million Americans having to almost go hungry just now. If you look at 14 million Americans being kicked off their Medicare and Medicaid in the next 10 years, resulting in the optimistic amount of people dying a year, Americans at 50,000 people not being able to afford their medicine and then perishing because of their loss to these programs and the ACA. If you look at the fact that we have had the only time our job growth has been negative since COVID, if you look at the fact that our dollar is 10% less than how the buying power than it was when this guy took office, when you look at the fact that inflation has not gone down but has gone up, when you look at the fact that gas is more expensive than it was last year, when you look at the fact that they are trying to abolish access for women to have like autonomy to their bodies, when you look around and you say, I voted for the country the option to have to not be completely ruined. And you look around outside and you say, this is better than the other option. I have to look at you like you have a fucking brain injury. And there is no other way to look at this. You don't have a good grasp on our lived reality. And no amount of information that I could give you is going to change that. There is not a scenario where we would have been worse off, point for point, in any of those things with fucking Kamala Harris. Not a single fucking thing. There's not one thing that you can point to.
Sure, we probably would have been nuked already.
Yeah, you guys are fucking deeply unserious. Now talk about how the guy that you voted for is likely implicated in a prolific multinational child sex trafficking ring, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about it, we can. I mean, I think it's a lot of cherry-picked conversations and emails so far, and we'll wait until everything comes out.
That is low-level cope. I'm going to need you to cope a little harder.
I'm going to wait till everything comes out.
Dave, did Donald Trump try and steal the 2020 election?
No.
Did Donald Trump commit those felonies he was found guilty of?
Which felonies? Can you name them, please?
Yeah, the 34 counts of campaign finance fraud.
Yeah, can you name them all?
Yeah, the one time he did that, and then the 34 more times he did that. He paid. Every time he did that, he got another felony. So yes or no? Did he do that?
So he committed how many felonies?
Yes, it's a fucking easy layup question, Dave. Yes.
No, this is what
did
you guys
he do one felony, Dave?
This is what you
Did
guys,
he do it one time?
This is what you guys like to do. Can you name the felonies?
Dave, campaign finance fraud is a felony. Yep. Felony fucking fraud. Did he do that, Dave?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. Did he assault E. Jean Carroll?
You keep muting me here. What was the next one?
Did he assault E. Jean Carroll?
I don't believe so, no.
What makes you think, having all of the information for just these three horrific fucking disqualifying events that Donald Trump is, all of the like insurmountable evidence for each of these things, if we're giving you more evidence for this new fresh hell, why the fuck, Dave, would you now suddenly accept new information? New evidence is now suddenly going to permeate your soul, and you are now going to finally understand the level of this man's guilt. You can't look at these things, which are indisputable in any fucking court of law, and then go, no, it wasn't good enough, and now this one thing, suddenly, yes, you're right, we have proof now. Fuck you guys. You'll never fucking do, you people will give you we'll give you an 8K fucking video of him doing this, and you'll be like, it's AI. we won't have your full attention. I don't think ever. I think that people like you are too fucking far gone. You sit up here and say, I don't support the guy. I don't fucking support him. I don't like Donald Trump. And then you flip your fucking back in a complete you bend over entirely backwards to try and poo-poo and lessen the idea that this guy's involved in this. I don't support him, but I'm going to try and make his involvement in this sex trafficking ring less egregious. That doesn't sound like somebody that doesn't support him, Dave. I'm going to be totally fucking honest. That sounds like somebody who is doing their level best to support this guy, because you are terrified of coming up to the like normal ass conclusion that you made the wrong call, which you did. We fucking told you did. We've been telling you for goddamn near a decade you made the wrong fucking call. You're in denial. It's disgusting that you can't just say, this is bad. I hope he goes to jail if he did something wrong.
I can say that. I hope he does rot in jail if he did something wrong. Is that what you needed?
Do you believe that?
For me to
do you think that there's any information that comes out that's going to make you think that?
For me to say, let's wait.
Do you think that there's any information that can come out and that will make you change your mind?
Absolutely.
Why wasn't any of this information good enough to make you change your mind about 2020 election?
What information are you talking about? The information that's coming out in the Epstein emails? Or the information about E. Jean Carroll?
Either.
I'm trying to pinpoint what information you're talking
Let's just talk about E. Jean Carroll. There was enough information for a jury to find him civilly liable, right?
Civilly liable, correct. Yes.
And for you, that's not enough information for you to think that he did this to this woman.
In my own personal opinion, no. There was a lot of ground.
Here's the thing about that. If you don't believe this woman, and you don't believe the other 27 women, one of whom was 13 when she made these accusations, you're not going to believe the other women in these files when they come out. And to my point, there isn't going to be information that is going to permeate that mile-thick skull of yours to get to that tiny pea-sized brain that's hiding, to get you this information to make you change your mind about supporting somebody who is like accused and convicted in some instances of assaulting women. And that is exhausting, and I don't want to do it anymore tonight. Like, how do you? You think that we get to the one thing that we're all going to be on board with, and they're still up here. You're still up here defending this shit. It's nuts. It's out of control, dude. It's real warm in here. It's real warm. That was a lot. That might have been a dumb idea. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow. Oh, fuck. I have a call at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's fine. It'll be fine. I'll just distract them with my rakish good looks. Anyway, the shit that is happening right now is like I didn't even talk about this. What's being lost in this is Matt Gaetz flew a child across state lines. What's crazy is Matt Gaetz flew a child across state lines, and then Donald Trump wanted him to be the fucking district attorney, the attorney general, excuse me. A coincidence? A coincidence? The fact that this is coming out at the same time? A coincidence? Men in power, extreme fucking power, abusing children? A coincidence? Huh. That's nuts. That's crazy. What's crazy right now, I'm looking at this bottle of spicy water. What's crazy right now is I had planned on when Matt Gaetz got his information, when this all came down on Matt Gaetz, I planned a video, which I saved, and I still have it in my B-roll, of Charlie Kirk riding in the car with Matt Gaetz, talking about like how they're good friends and how they're on their way to save democracy. And I was going to roast Charlie Kirk about the fucking company that he keeps. I still might. Actually. I think I still might. What a good pious like freedom fighter this man was. Palling around with a literal fucking pedophile, like monster. You know? That always bugged me. Anyway, I'm afraid to do it? Yeah, I am afraid to do it. Of course I'm afraid to do it. You people are fucking Looney Tunes. Anyway. Matt Gaetz. Let's not forget, this is all happening. And then whatever the fuck else is getting buried under here. Just a million other things. Tennessee special election. I was going to make a video about that. We need Tennessee special election for our friends over there in the Big TN. 2 House seats are up, and one of whom, Matt von Epstein, is not going to vote to release these fucking lists. If only they run on that. Aft Ben. What a great name, by the way. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, God. It's all hitting me right now. All right. Lib, talk to me. Conrad. All right, Conrad, just request, dude. I can't. You got your requests off. Just come on up. Just hit that little button and come talk to me, dude. There's 19 other people in here that want to go. That want to have a go about this. Followed the live creator. Not that button. I don't need you to do that. I need you to hit the little button that has a pink. There you go. There you go, Conrad. No, I lied. He didn't do it. He goes, talk to me, and then doesn't do anything about it. I guess we'll never know. You have to hear the things I've been hearing from MAGA about the emails. Dish. That's how you get in. That's how you get in here, by the way. Those of you in the requests, take notes. You gotta fucking. All right, go on.
Bro, it's been a crazy day. So one lady said he stayed in the room for many hours just to keep her safe, so he can save 300 other kids.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. That's like Donald Trump and like Jesus on his shoulder with his hand on his shoulder. That's like the vision that they have of this guy.
GT, when I say I wanted to throw my phone, because I do this new thing called MAGA hunting, where I go try to go
I'm
into their
familiar
room.
with this game. Yeah. I've done my share.
Yeah, try to have decent conversations.
I try. Yeah.
When this lady said this, the only thing that popped in my head, I have a 16-year-old daughter. I literally almost threw my whole computer across the house. She said this with her whole chest and meant it. How do you know he wasn't in there to save 300 other kids by staying in there? He was able to save.
Unreal, dude. Unreal. Like that is a level. So okay. So this is the problem. I just go back and forth so fast in my head. Like that is a level of delusion that is like, it is not accessible to me. Like I don't know what that's like. And I think that like so many people must feel that way necessarily, because if any of that is not true, then they have to reconcile with the reality, which is he wasn't there to keep them safe. He was there to do them harm. And like that would make their little fucking tiny brains melt. And that's great. That is crazy.
And I, as soon as I asked in the comments, I'm like, if he would have reported him that night, he would have saved more than 300 people. I got muted as soon as I asked it in the comments. Your logic don't work, miss.
Then why did he leave? Why did he not set up shop in that house?
Sleep on the floor.
He was dating a 20-year-old when he met his wife. That's not that far off from the fucking women children, I'm sorry, that were accusing these men of assaulting them. So like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, and it's now X. I had to log into X, which I haven't been on in months. X is on a whole conspiracy theory. Oh, it's a witness that already testified and said Trump did not say that. The name is void out. How do y'all come up with this? This is the society we live in, where motherfuckers try to make any excuse when the evidence is sitting right there.
Literally, just like I've learned. I say I've learned this lesson, but that's not true. I'm still trying to learn this lesson where like sometimes you got to take a beat before you open your big dumb mouth and say something. When news breaks, when you don't have the full story, if you come out and you say some shit that you don't have your full like grasp on, sometimes you look like a big dumb idiot. This is one of those things where like I'm going after like bigger creators right now who are like, well, hang on, because the victim thing was redacted. You look insane defending this. You look all the way outside of your head trying to fucking defend it.
I don't care if it was a grown woman. We know that Epstein people were victims. They were victims. I don't give a fuck if the person was 30. We know this man did some horrible shit.
It said fucking victim on it, just to remind you. Had you forgotten? oh god, that Naquan, the whole conversation around that, which is like people keep making this idiotic fucking point, which is like this person in particular gave testimony that she didn't see Donald Trump do any of this stuff, right? Which in their minds is like he didn't do any of this. But all that means is she didn't see him do any of this stuff.
But all I do, like the last day for the whole day, Trump said that he didn't know her. Then videos pop up, photos pop up that he actually know her. They standing next to each other at multiple events. Then he wish her well. If I know a person had something to do with a sex trafficking, I'm not wishing you well at your trial. I'm gonna hope you burn in hell. If I could catch you, I might send you there myself.
Easy. This is the internet, dude. They hear you. Anyway, that framing is fucking psychotic, and if I come across that, I'm definitely gonna dig in.
But when I said this lady, and she said it, and she has kids. This is what scares me. If you are a woman and you are defending this and you have kids, I am scared that you will defend anybody that touch your kids.
God forbid.
Like
I don't. Megyn Kelly said the same shit just now. Did you hear that?
I heard that because she was 15.
Not like they were 8.
Yeah, as soon as I seen that clip, I went the fuck away. 15 and 8 ain't too much of a difference.
What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? Holy shit. And she has a 14-year-old daughter, by the way. So
I don't even, like, me, and it's just my preference. I'm 40. I don't feel comfortable dating nobody that's less than 28 is like my bare minimum. But 30 and up is for me.
The point is
28 is my bare minimum.
The point is that it's not, they are literal children in the eyes of the law, most especially, but also like it's not even to make a distinction. It doesn't matter if you're 17 or 16 or 15 or 8. The law says don't do that, you disgusting fucking monster. So like that's it. Those are kids. And for you, like the impulse for them to try and like soften the blow of this for this guy makes my stomach dance around in my body. Like it makes me nauseous. When I heard her say that, I got like tingles in my body. I was like, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. And I talked about this at the start of this live. I was like, her saying that made me feel like an insane person. Because I was like trying to figure out if I got hit in the head with a frying pan, like what my reality is right now, where people are up here like floating the idea that 15-year-olds are like, and I was like, what is happening in with the fucking simulation? Like it made me feel insane. It continues to make me feel insane.
You know who I blame? I blame OJ for getting off. I blame Barack Obama for wearing a tan suit.
Now, at least we're talking about the real things now. Now we're on it.
Like I blame them. They're the reason that Trump is president because OJ got off and then Barack Obama wore a tan suit and Kim Kardashian became famous.
It's like Kim Kardashian's fault. It's Kim Kardashian's fault. Let's just focus on the real villains here. Appreciate you, dude. Good to see you.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks,
Yo, have a good one.
You too. Oh my god. Do you guys watch Peacemaker on HBO? Have you guys been watching Peacemaker? This is gonna be a joke that I caught for the 4 of you watching Peacemaker. Okay. I'm maybe spoilers, just because I need to talk to you about how brilliant this was. There was a moment in Peacemaker. He's in a different dimension, and it's the best dimension. It's his brother didn't die, and his father's not a racist piece of shit, and they live in a mansion. And he drives a cool motorcycle, and he's in love with the right woman. Sorry, spoilers. Cover yours. They make a joke, and he makes a joke about like what kind of car does Kim Kardashian drive? And then the brother goes, who? And he goes, Kim Kardashian. And the guy goes, what the fuck are you talking about? And the joke is that that in this universe, the Kardashians don't exist. And it was such a subtle, hilarious, amazing joke that unless you were paying attention, you would have missed it. And they don't revisit that joke. It is just like, if you're paying attention, the Kardashians don't exist in the better universe. And that made me chuckle. I like that shows. It's a really good show. Very violent, but also good.
Hi.
Hi.
Just wanted to prove that I could stay up late too.
I didn't text you back.
I did it anyways. To be fair, it's just the mustache and nip. You can't actually see anything else. So it is cropped. It could literally be any man's nipple.
No, I refuse. Okay, what happened was, I think you texted me as I was like entering my house with a bunch of groceries, and then my brain was like, text Carly back. Of course, obviously, of course, it's okay.
For a second, I thought you said not groceries, a bunch of girls, and I was like, respect, and you do whatever you need to do, sir. Don't.
My cats, obviously.
My sweet girls. Okay, well, I just wanted to prove that we can stay up late too.
Proud of you.
We just got
going
done
to bed.
feeding everybody.
Nice. That little one.
You see the bites?
They're so cute. I scrolled by earlier today, and you were making a huge face, or like there was one that was just standing up, and you were like, as if it was haunting you or stalking you. Maybe I was just reading that wrong. One of the kittens was like sat straight up. And you were like, as if it was stalking you, but maybe I just made that whole scenario up in my head.
There's a lot of weird stuff happening on our lives lately, like all the different camera angles and all the different features and all the different things that I can do. It's really just limitless potential at my fingertips at any given time. So,
wow, dude.
Yeah.
This is I'm over the moon. This is really great setup for you. I love it. I'm not gonna do this. I had there's some left.
Oh Jesus, what the You okay?
No.
Oh, that's fair.
No. The news is not great. I mean, it's great, but it's also like really not great. And trying to navigate this has been an evening. Anyway.
And especially doing it in front of thousands of people, I'm sure it's
water. It's artisan spring water.
Sorry. I thought I turned that off.
Yeah, really. So I'm so sorry about that. Oops. Well, good to see you, Carly. See you tomorrow.
It's never.
She texted me earlier today. She said, with your permission, I would like to use your shirtless body as an exclusive emoji for our Discord subs. We are moving all our subscribers to Discord. I'll let you know how it goes. And then I didn't respond, and then she did it anyway. That's friendship. You know? That's friendship, dude. Robert, you little coward, little buddy. Grow some stones and come talk to me. I'm half in the bag. You know, this is easy pickings, dude. I'm at like half power right now. My health bar is all the way down. You could maybe win an argument. I might be fully in the bag. Need some dart bits? No. I hope your trip's going great, by the way, Kellen. We'll have car talk later. I'm not going to do this right now. There's too many people in here. I am going to go to sleep, I think. Make the Charlie Kirk video tomorrow? No. One more.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah.
Ask me tomorrow.
Yeah. If you're hopping off, I won't bore you.
No,
but
eventually. Yeah, but like, we're
okay.
fine. It was going to be long, endless rambling for another 10 minutes before I left. So yeah, better this.
Great. I'm working on a video right now. I've been working on it for like a week. I figured out why Trump wants to cut the ACA subsidies. You ready to hear it?
Don't spoil it.
Do you want to? Yeah, I know, but
I do. Whisper it to me. Nobody else will hear it.
Okay. Everyone, cover your ears. Earmuffs. Oh, Cult Girl's been in there. We spent 3 days with the whiteboard up, hunting down all these like numbers on my live stream. It was full like investigation. I don't know. It was the coolest thing I think I've ever done. Yeah. So don't scoop me, guys. But I'm explaining it all. I had to make charts for this. Long answer, short answer. Trump RX. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is crazy. Earlier today I was like, whatever fucking happened to those phones and Trump RX?
Oh, I will tell you.
God damn.
Red yarn in the chartboard. Yep, fully. I like my three.
I'm so mad right now. I'm so preemptively mad about what you're about to say to me. I cannot even describe to you. Okay. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, the one agreement, guys, is I'm working on this video. I've been working on it for so long now. You guys are gonna have to come watch it and engage with it when I do post it. Okay, help me get this out, because I don't even know how many Dems are like aware of this. Like actually, but halfway through, I realized like it was like, oh my god, they're never gonna cave on the ACA subsidies, and it's because of this. We fucking realized it, and then he sort of confirmed it. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Just please, guys, watch the video when it's up. Okay. So he just made an announcement. Remember that when the guy passed out in the office? Do you know what that was about other than, I mean, that was the news. That kind of took the news. Do you know what that meeting was about at all?
Honestly, other than the headline, first of all, I was abroad, and the clips I got was Dr. Oz saying that we're all going to lose 450 pounds per person. And then RFK be like, I don't know how to do doctor shit, and then ran. Yeah. And then that was no, I
and
don't
then
know.
Trump just kind of,
and then Trump just completely disassociating with. Yeah. No. Okay. Tell us.
Well, fun little fact. That guy, and this, whatever. That guy isn't actually like an executive from those things. It turns out, well, the closest answer we have from one journalist is that he was like a patient, a GLP-1 patient, which is kind of funny. Yeah. So, which is why they're refusing to identify him, because that's embarrassing. Anyway, that's besides the point. So we were trying to identify who this guy was when I noticed that one of the charts was edited with Sharpie again. And the meeting itself was about like, oh, Trump scored this historic deal for getting GLP-1s like a lot cheaper for Medicare and Medicaid, right? Big deal, like $245, a pop per month for these things. Great. On the chart, he was trying to the chart was supposed to show like how much he dropped the price, and it was like $1,350 to $500 to $245 his price. The tall one, someone had Sharpied Biden.
Someone.
When it was like originally list, so that's the list price. Second one was like about $500, and someone had Sharpied retail now and had blacked out what it was actually labeled as originally, which is what caught my interest. And the third one was MFN, Medicare, whatever. The middle one, we were like, okay, we got to figure out what this chart originally said. So we like tracked down the high res images, all this stuff, found out that originally it said Biden's proposal. Now, I think that is also bullshit, just based on what I have found. But that took us down to realize that basically, this is hours and days of work. Yes, all night, literally. The whole reason Trump is able to negotiate these prices in the first place is because of the IRA, right? The Inflation Reduction Act. Before the Inflation Reduction Act, it was illegal for the US government, CMS, the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, to negotiate with drug manufacturers on pricing that Medicare and Medicaid paid for, which is crazy, right? Like, do you know why it was illegal? Short answer, Republicans. Which meant that basically, even though Medicare and Medicaid cover all these medications, the pharmacy or the pharmaceutical companies can bilk us out of billions of dollars. Right. Okay. The IRA was the first step in changing that. It was the first year the CMS was going to be, or Health and Human Services was going to be able to select 10 medicines among the highest expenses to Medicare and Medicaid, so both popular and expensive, and force the companies into a negotiation, right? That lasts like about a year. There's a whole timeline for it. The companies don't have to negotiate, but if they don't agree to negotiate, the IRS is like permitted to tax them a whole bunch more, and they can be charged like fees to cover subsidies to basically subsidize the cost to Medicare. Right. So it's in their best interest to it. In that also, there is a maximum price set of these negotiations based on like previous pricing, et cetera. So there's a maximum. It can go lower. It cannot go higher, according to the law. So those negotiations, I mean, we can only imagine what that is. Like, maybe it's like about, we'll use you instead of some generics for a while, or like if we're not able to get the, whatever. I can't even begin to imagine. Or like maybe we won't touch one of your other medications for at least 3 years with the IRA, et cetera. Second year, 15 medications, third year, 20, and then from there on, 20 or more. So the first year goes really, really well under Biden and Kamala. IRA, by the way, was passed by 100% Democrats. Not a single Republican voted for it. Kamala Harris was the deciding vote, and then Biden signed it into law. Ever since then, of course, Republicans have tried to take credit, just for the audience who is going to be like, well, what's bad about that? Like, first round of negotiation goes really, really well. You can look it up. They got these medications down by like 68% in some cases. The time that these new prices go into effect is, of course, January 1st, 2026. Okay? Guess who's going to claim credit for those? Second round was announced. The 15 medications were named January 17th, 3 days before Trump gets into office. In that list are Wegovy and Ozempic, and of course, a bunch of others. So Trump, in there also, there are 2 Pfizer medications. Soon thereafter, Trump announces Trump RX, a joint venture with Pfizer. Fast forward to now, the whole negotiation process is now over. It officially ended November 1st. November 6th, they have this meeting where he's like, I negotiated this incredible price, Medicare $245, blah, blah, blah.
Jesus Christ.
They don't mention, or at least, and the charts, they are not Trump RX forward in this meeting, let's say. It's all about Medicare, Medicaid. That's what all the charts are saying and whatnot. Yeah. But if you go to their like fact sheet, they mention Trump RX, and he has negotiated for himself some retail prices for not just Wegovy and Ozempic and like Zepbound and a couple other of these things that were like on the list, but he's also negotiated better retail prices for multiple other, at least 2 more Eli Lilly things and whatnot. So he's now about to be the cheapest retailer of these medications, and in the line of like GoodRx, right? if you guys aren't aware, or like Weight Watchers has a program, Walmart. These are medications you can buy retail through with discounts that insurance typically does not cover at these rates. You buy these if your insurance doesn't cover the medication for cheaper, or you buy them if you don't have insurance. Like, that's what the whole GoodRx kind of thing came out of. So not only Booker Square did a great video saying like, this is bullshit because Medicaid doesn't really cover most of these for weight loss in the first place. And because of the cuts to Medicaid, they're going to cover even less. Like only 13 states cover these for weight loss. And because of the cuts, they're not going to be able to afford to in a lot of places. So the Medicaid coverage is also nonsense. However, that is not good enough, right? Like, as though my hypothesis is that the price that he set it at for Medicare and Medicaid is the ceiling that was laid out in the IRA. Like, I don't think he bothered to go any lower on them. So what I believe just happened is he is using our power as the American people, our negotiating power with Medicare and Medicaid that should be getting us, the American people, the best prices on these things. And by us, even if you're not on Medicare or Medicaid, we should want our government getting the best prices on them. Just to be clear, guys, just because, that's our tax money. He used that. He gave them a sweetheart deal on that, among which Eli Lilly, in its guidance to investors, said that they would not be, part of the agreement was that they would not be held to further pricing mandates. So basically, I believe that he promised them that the IRA would not be used against any of their other medications moving forward, as long as he agreed to give him the biggest retail price. That alone is bad enough, using our negotiating power to set up his private retail bullshit thing and get the best price. But that alone is, of course, not good enough for him. What does he want? He wants an influx of customers. So what is he pushing for? The ending of ACA subsidies, which is going to put 40 million Americans, is going to give them double to quadruple their premiums. It's going to kick 15 million Americans off of Medicaid. But also, after it was like a done deal, after Dems basically caved and stuff, he came out and finally proposed his suggestion for a replacement of the ACA subsidies, which was instead of sending the subsidies to the insurance companies and, of course, using the U.S. government's negotiating power to lower those prices, sending the money directly to individuals who can then choose their plans separately, get shittier, rates, of course, because they're not negotiating en masse. Right. But putting that money into an HSA. So not just giving people cash, but putting it into an HSA, health savings account, which you can only spend on qualified healthcare costs. So what are a lot of people going to do with with cash that they are receiving that they can only spend on healthcare stuff, and insurance is unaffordable? They're going to be going to retail pharmacies and whatnot. And what is about to be the cheapest retail pharmacy in the country? Trump RX.
Does he? I know the answer to this already, but how does he stand to personally enrich himself through this program?
Well, so Trump RX, that's a good question. Trump RX is a .gov website. It's trumprx.gov. It's up officially after this meeting. But it is being touted everywhere as a portal, right? So just like the healthcare portals, even though it's a government website, it sounds like by all accounts, it is going to a marketplace that is going to be handled or run by a private entity, right? The government itself is not making money off of Trump RX directly. It is simply providing the portal. And it just so happens that Donald Trump Jr. recently joined the board of a company called BlinkRx, which is one of these sorts of companies. Just so happens, just coincidence. So is that personal enough for the Trump? I assume that his son was like, you can get this money.
We need Eric Trump's laptop right now, dude. Okay. That. Oh my God. I can't even begin to unpack how. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. If you're the one that breaks this, we need to get you a goddamn Pulitzer. This is crazy.
Thank you. Oh, and that's crazy. I also found another scam that in the process of all this, we also stumbled upon what looks to be yet another scam that the pharma companies have been pulling on the VA to the tune of billions of dollars. Yeah. Just because I was trying to reverse engineer what the maximum prices would be under the IRA for these things. Because there's a couple of formulas, but they're based on like certain numbers that aren't like necessarily readily available. One of the formulas relies on non-FAMP, which is non-federal, like average market price. So the average price, not the list price of medications, but the average price they end up selling it to wholesalers for, which is like heavily discounted, as we know.
Yep.
But that is a private number. That is a secret number that like is not, because they don't want people to know exactly how much they're actually selling it for. However, the VA and the through a whole separate thing, their prices for medications are based on, they are 76% of the previous year's non-FAMP. So for that purpose, the government is given the non-FAMP, this super secret average market price number that they're not allowed to reveal to anyone. But if you happen to know that that's the formula for it, you can look at the VA prices, and those prices will be 76% of the previous non-FAMP, and you can kind of go work backwards from there. So that's what we were trying to do to try to figure out the non-FAMP-ish. And non-FAMP should always be lower than list price because it is the discounted, like that's why it's the secret one. So we found some of the VA numbers, did the math, and all of these non-FAMPs except for one and this was just the medications we were looking at, is higher than the list price when it should be significantly lower. And that's just these medications. So I'm assuming, and I told this, I shared this with my aunt who used to work for the federal government. She used to work for the IRS, and she was like, but why isn't anyone, someone should have seen this? And I'm like, yeah, but these are thousands of medications per year that they're given the non-FAMPs, and they're like, okay, they kind of on some level have to be cool, I get it. You know what I mean? I accept it. Maybe they'll do quality control on one or two numbers, but for the most part, they kind of just have to take whatever number they're given, I assume, without doing a full audit. And so I think the VA, we've been paying billions and billions of dollars more than the law says we're supposed to be for the VA and Department, DOD and stuff too.
Which, God damn it. And also to do that while also administering the level of care and timeliness through the VA, while spending untold billions of dollars more than we need to, while giving the care that we do, is and then having people turn around and go use the VA as a reason why we can't have single payer health care.
Oh yeah,
because of how badly it's run. It's fucking, oh my God, dude.
Not only that, the most fucking infuriating, sorry, you're activating something immediately. The 2003 law, the fact that they keep coming out and being well, the ACA is just there to enrich the insurance companies, right? That's the whole fucking thing. The 2003 Medicare, Modernization Act or whatever under George W. Bush, did the same thing. That created Medicare Part D, which is the part of Medicare that covers medications, pharmaceuticals, right? Unless it's given to you by a doctor, in the hospital. Before 2003, there was no prescription benefit, anything for Medicare. So this was important, right? This was needed. But while Republicans had the chance, they decided to be the ones to create it. And a couple of Dems also signed this because they're it's better than nothing, but whatever. the whole thing, like the whole reason universal health care works is because you use that negotiating power, right? And it doesn't just work, it also makes just overall medical prices and like medication prices lower in a country, because you're now negotiating, your biggest buyer is the government, always, is the entire population. So the one thing about Medicare Part D, about Medicare covering medications that would have been good, well, there are two things that are good about it, right? Number one, people are going to be able to get their medications, right, that are covered by it. But the second one is that would allow the government to negotiate these far lower prices. But Republicans couldn't have that, right? Republicans need big pharma to make as much money as they can. So they include this one rule that says the US government just has to take whatever price they're given or hire, but they set it up, the US government has to hire insurance companies to be the ones that are actually like administering Medicare, right? So the government itself is not the insurance company. The government has to basically do it all through insurance companies, and the government cannot negotiate directly with anyone. It's just the insurance companies. So when we're talking about these prices or giving the insurance companies all this crazy money, firstly, they did it first. Secondly, they did it in a way that would ensure that pharma prices would skyrocket, which also results in insurance skyrocketing and the whole reason people still get insurance is because those prices are skyrocketing. Like if they could get the prices lower, a lot of us would not be getting insurance because that's like, you know what I mean? You could afford to get sick. They fucking created this whole thing. The ACA was basically that was like a negotiation. That was like a halfway point, right? Where Dems were like, all right, you set up Medicare Part D to be this fucked up. At the very least, like, let us do this. Because Obama originally ran on getting rid of that one part of the Medicare Part D thing.
Yeah.
And people were like, whoa there, you're not gonna be able to do that. You know, so he like scaled back his promises, right. Yes, but anyway, yeah.
And Trump got rid of the penalties, which exacerbated the like climbing prices of all of these things.
Which penalties? What are you talking about?
For the ACA, when Trump removed, so like part of the reason why the ACA works in the way that it does and like uses the leverage of the American government is that it was basically penalizes people for not having insurance. That was the whole thing.
Yeah.
So like the incentive being that like everybody's on it, which makes the collective premiums come down. And so once you like de-incentivize certain people from doing this, fewer people buy in, meaning the insurance premiums go up, meaning the layman's view of this is the ACA made everybody's premiums go up.
Right.
And that is the perception of that, meaning let's just get rid of this, when in fact they kicked the fucking leg out from under the plan itself.
Of course.
And then they're like, I can't believe how bad this is. Look at how, and then
and like they couldn't, and far be it from me, far be it from me to ever defend a health insurance company, but on some level, part of why they get away with shit like that, or like on some level, there is something that is necessary about it based on the fact that medical care in this country is so fucking expensive, right? On some level, like to be clear, but also it's not just because they have to pay out exorbitant amounts. It's also because like the layman cannot, just because we cannot afford medical care without insurance, like as a result of this, we have to have insurance, and they know that. And that's like, that also, I mean, that's like just a twofer on top of the fact that we don't have universal healthcare. Like in Spain, as you know, there's universal healthcare, but you can also pay for private insurance, and it costs almost nothing because they're competing with a very, very good free option.
Right.
But here, not only do you not have the free option for them to compete with, you have also made it so that all the costs can be exorbitantly high, which means that it forces people to get insurance when otherwise they could maybe not. And yeah, sorry.
I don't understand so like the way that I have been looking at this for a long time. Maybe I'm an idiot, but like, you know how when a country's thanks, Mike. Wow, that's adorable. You know how when a country's dollar goes to zero and like you're paying 25,000 lira for a cup of coffee, right?
Sure.
There comes a point where it's just like that's not sustainable anymore, and then something happens where they have to reset it, and that point for us and our like healthcare costs, I feel like has come and gone 90 different times. Where you look at a bill from your hospital and you got a Band-Aid, and that Band-Aid is $280, and you're going, hey, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Right. And that is just like the system is so cartoonishly out of control that like there needs to be some form of regulation to bring this all back within like tolerance levels that we can live with.
Yeah.
And that's true of our military spending also, but God help us if we want to do it. So like, people are paying $30,000 for toilet seats, and we're just going, "Hey, what are we doing?" And so, anyway, that's a whole other thing. But like, I don't know what that. I don't know how that happens. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if there's any other. This is my ignorance. I don't know if there's other countries clearly that have had sort of similarly ballooning healthcare expenses that were brought under control by the government, but I don't.
That's a good question. I'll see if I can find something.
I don't know.
But that's what the IRA was starting to fix, ironically. Like, and fuck the like Democrat half measures and whatnot for sure. But at the same time, they were like just starting to like. That's what the ACA was, right? It was a bit of a Band-Aid. Definitely just a tiny step in the right direction. But the IRA thing, and it was so successful for that first round, it is set up to be incredibly helpful. And I know that it is the original IRA, it's specifically about Medicare and Medicaid prices, but like that's the first step, right? Because that forces firstly, it gets rid of all the waste, fraud, and abuse in our Medicare and Medicaid system. Like for some people who keep claiming that there's a whole bunch of waste, fraud, and abuse, they sure ensured that was like baked into the system. Yeah. It would have given us more of an ability to expand Medicare, and Biden and Bernie, like immediately as soon as it worked as well as it did with the first round, were like Bernie especially. I don't know, maybe it was just Bernie in this one. They did some like co-authored op-eds on this, but Bernie was like, all right, cool, this is working out great, now let's do it for the whole country. And like that was the plan, right? It was going to be like, let's get this like incredibly insane inflationary pricing from these companies under control, like starting small and expanding it in a way that's going to save us so many billions of dollars. We're going to be able to basically start covering everyone in the States. That, and there was one other thing I was going to say, but I don't fucking know. Never mind.
The good news is we'll have gold phones to call our Adderall prescriptions on soon.
Which are also supposedly trying to ban. What I love is RFK's like 180 on this.
What did he say? I missed that.
Well, he used to be, I didn't know this, but someone said like he used to be so against the GLP-1s. You know what I mean? Like he was. No. And now Maha, I guess, is pissed because there he was standing in that meeting, like being like, yes, this is great. We love this.
Oh my God. The GLP-1s are really interesting. And also, I don't know, I've done very little research on this, but they're also using them for like addiction treatment. There's application because it does a similar thing in your brain where like it lights up the food. Jesus, come on, brain. Food.
Like cravings.
Cravings, the reward center in your brain. There it is. The reward center of your brain lights up the same way that like cigarettes do, the same way that like, and so food noise. And so this is they're trying to focus, and like what I'm saying is like potentially far-reaching like positive implications for this new thing that we're testing. And like for this guy to come out and be like, nah, like I cannot stress to you how little your opinion should matter in our day-to-day lives about science. RFK, like you should never be involved in these conversations. And the fact that like you are at all makes me fear. Like, just think about, let's just say that in my limited reading, I'm right. And they're like, this is a new breakthrough in treating addiction, something that we have a problem with in America. And then RFK is like, you should just do it the old fashioned way and like get a brain worm and fucking, and then we just don't go down. Stem cells is another thing that drives me.
I mean, to be clear, the old fashioned way, the 1940s way of sending people to a camp, to a wellness camp, to fix their concentration issues.
Like, pray it away. Yeah. I mean, that's all. It's all on the table. That's gonna be. I get it. I was right there with you eventually. Brad, I gotta go to bed, dude.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm excited about this. Are you gonna drop it tomorrow?
I think I'm gonna try to. I've tried filming it like twice, and I've been like condensing it every time, like being like, there's too much here.
It's a lot of information, and you've got to talk to people like me who are fucking barely conscious. So you got to broad strokes it, because if that's a real thing, it's fucking nuts. And also,
I appreciate you, because I was basically just rehearsing with you. So.
No, I love that, and I think that like it was pretty high level shit, and like I think that I got like most of it, but I think that the also the reality creator shit right now. The reality is that like there are so many important things that are being talked about right now that are being fully fucking drowned out by like the insane shit that we're. So like this is important enough that like you need to like Star Wars perfectly time it in the Death Star, and it needs to be a good. Yeah, that's a good video. I'm excited.
Do you think it's too much right now? Is it when I think timing-wise?
You gotta. We could wake up tomorrow and what fresh hell we're gonna find, but like this.
Yeah.
I would say it's such a good thing that I just don't want it to get drowned out. But at the same time, if you wait on it too long, somebody else is going to say something about it. So
yeah, I mean, and I've been talking about it nonstop on my lives while filming it out. So someone's going to scoop me.
Yeah, but I don't think it's not like, this is not an easily like.
Yeah, that's the one comforting thing. I'm like, I have 3 whiteboards. They were not, and this needs visual aids so that it's like clear. And the 3 whiteboards were not enough. So I got this. It was my birthday on Tuesday. So
happy birthday.
So I got this little thing as a present, and now I'm creating these visual aids. We're going to try it out this time for the first time ever.
Hell yeah.
And that's my one comfort. I'm like, definitely, there's no one else walking around with like 3 whiteboards trying to distill this.
The problem is don't do this if you're listening. What I've done, I've seen this happen before, but we'll be talking about something, and then somebody will be like, isn't it interesting? We haven't heard anything about Trump RX. And then they'll do like a hyper, like dumbass version of what you just did. And then you'll be like, oh, but it won't matter because you have the receipts. So I think that's important.
Yeah. I'm going to do one that's a little bit more just like expansive. And then I'm going to see if I can do just like a basic shorter one after the fact. That's like for the short attention span people.
Hell yeah.
Maybe.
Hell yeah.
Oh, happy belated, Kellen.
All right. Get out of here.
Thanks for having me up.
Talk soon. Appreciate you. That was great.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right. I'm going to bed right now. Right this second. I went to bed at 10 last night. This has ruined it. I did immediately. I was like, I'm going to get on this schedule. We're going to be great. I'm going to go on live before dinner. Now, that's what I'm going to. Nope. Instant ruined. Good night. Mr. Nobody, Kellen, it rubs. Not all the time, but on spirited bumps she rubs, and it's alarming. So it's got to come up. It's got to come up a little bit. That is thinly veiled enough that no one knows what I'm talking about. I'm not rolling I might have rolled the fenders myself just now by accident, but we'll see. Okay, love you, nerds. Back at it tomorrow. Appreciate it. See you. Bye.